It's time for Mike Erie's show. He's ripping off. It's time for
Intern Justin's
show. He's ripping off
Blind Mike.
He wants to find some fans to talk to, 'cause he's lonely on Saturdays.
Intern Justin.
Was told to come up with something, and I guess this is what he did. We should give him some points for trying. Kirk wants to know what the point of this is. Just a warning for all you guys, you'll never get this hour back in your life. This is
Intern Justin.
in the Minifans.
Intern Justin.
Is talking with you.
Intern Justin.
This is
Intern Justin.
the Minifans.
Intern Justin.
Is talking with you. This is
Intern Justin.
in the Minifans. This is
Intern Justin.
in the Minifans.
Intern Justin.
Is talking with you.
So we've had COVID, we've had riots, and now we have Justin and the Minifans in 2020. The world is truly going to shit. Mike is out this week, just because he's on vacation. So he asked me if I wanted to do Justin and the Minifans, which is just going to be a similar version of Mike and the Minifans. It's just going to be me talking to some old school Minifans and some new guys. Just about what's been going on this week and just about, normal shit that's, that I want to talk about and that I think revolves around the world. I want to go with a new approach. So I'm going to bring on one person at a time, and I want to spend like 5 to 10 minutes with each person and kick them out when it gets either too boring or move on to the next subject. So it's going to be very fast paced. So without further ado, let's get this started. I'm going to get my man Patrick from the Discord. Patrick, who people may know him as. Patrick, what's up, man?
What's going on, Justin? Nice
What's
intro.
up? Oh, thank you. It's Intern Justin and the Minifans tonight. So how have you been dealing with this week? This crazy week of...
Yeah, it's been crazy at work for me. So it's maybe it was okay not to have the distraction, but it's definitely tough not having the show. I mean,
Do you listen to the show normally at work?
Yeah. I just listen. Usually I listen right when it drops, unless I'm in a meeting or something. And then I just catch up whenever I can after that, unless I conference calls or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely been a long week, and then we still have another week to go. But the little quick hits on the email blast has been good. Trying to get.
I think the email blast is great. I think that stream of conscious Kirk is Kirk at his best. I think when he's by himself and he's just thinking to himself and talking, I think there's that 10-minute clip he put out yesterday that everyone got. I think that was incredible.
And it's just real. It's just him sitting talking, and you're getting
it's different because he's not bouncing ideas off anyone. He's bouncing ideas off of himself.
Well, yeah, sometimes he is bouncing it in real time off himself too.
Yeah, he's bouncing off of himself.
What was I just saying?
and I was thinking, I think Kirk might disagree with Kirk more than Blind Mike does sometimes. I think when he's having like these inner monologues and he's just stream of conscious, he sometimes will be like, wait, no, that's not right, and then he'll go back and he'll say something, and I like it a lot. I think yesterday's 10-minute clip is, I would love to see possibly a segment or two a week where it's just, maybe it's at the beginning of the show,
similar.
At the end of the show, it's just 10 minutes of just what's inside Kirk's head, and he just talks about whatever he wants to talk about, whether it be politics or whether it be stupid shit that he's dealing with or whether it be Barstool. It's just the stream of consciousness I just think is incredible.
Yeah, you could toss that on that email blast too. On the email subscription.
just something really quick,
something to give you give you another reason to sign up for it.
The main reason I wanted to bring you on here, just to kind of kick off the show, is when I think of events, when I think of Kirk Minahan events, first I think of Kirk Minahan. Secondly, I think of Madawaska. Thirdly, I think of Patrick. Because you have been to every single event. You have RSVP'd to events that don't even have dates on them
I'm
yet.
still waiting for the cookout.
Yeah, the barbecue's looking like it's going to be in August. But you've RSVP'd to events. You were at the courthouse.
Yep.
with I believe, was it like 15 other Minifans? How many
Yeah, it was
people were
probably
there?
like 10 to 12 minutes.
You went to the hot dog eating contest. You went to
I won.
Madawaska.
I didn't go. I won the hot dog contest.
That's right. You won the hot dog contest. So we are now less than a month away from the Saco shows, and I assume you're going to both of them.
Yep, I'll be at both of them. I'll probably be
Nice.
having to drive home after the Sunday show, but
And
I'll be at both.
so, what's it like from your perspective of going from 10 people to this courthouse to selling out, drive-in movie theaters and Milton, Madawaska and all this other stuff.
It's just been cool to see the rise like that. Obviously, being around 10 people at the courthouse or any other events, but the visual was cool. You had a couple hundred people. What was it? 75 people. What was the max we had there?
I think it was 50 people.
50 people. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was a strong 50.
But those events are just awesome. You're around a bunch of like-minded people, people that you communicate with, whether it's on Twitter or Discord or whatever it is. And it's just great to get around those people. Madawaska was one of the best vacations I've taken. That was just awesome, especially, even with like all the snow and everything and everybody helping each other out.
Much more interesting.
It made it so much better. Watching all the videos of people coming up there and how, how long the journeys that people took and everything like that. But it was just, it was, I said this before that, we got there, we parked and we went into a pizza shop and we sat down and there were 4 of us originally. And then all of a sudden it was just like, people didn't even say anything. It was just like people grabbed tables, pushed them together and sat down. And by the, a half hour later, there were 25 of us sitting at one table. And it wasn't even a question. Like just the camaraderie like that is just awesome when you're getting the groups together like that.
And I really think that's what Saco is going to be, or Saco, or however you pronounce it. I think there's going to be that 1 minute of awkwardness where everyone just parks, and then it's going to be like, everyone's going to be social distancing, of course. It's going to be, everyone's wearing masks and stuff like that. But it's going to be, just a good time. Everyone's just going to be hanging out and just having a great time.
So I don't even think there's been awkwardness in any of the events that I've gone to so far. I think obviously because we all listen to the exact same thing every single day. So I think you just immediately start talking about that. But it's just, I don't know. I've never been a part of something that you can, bunch of random strangers that you've now, obviously now I've met them, met people a few times and everything, but a bunch of people at that point that you've never met, that you just walk up and everybody just kind of welcomes you right in, no matter what happens on, between the stupid infighting all the time and all that junk, the people that are going to these live shows, you just basically, you just get welcomed in. Like tomorrow, Milton's, you got to plug that. Everybody go to Milton's tomorrow. I was just
about to ask you, are you going to Milton's tomorrow?
I will be there. I will
be there as well.
Move a couple things around. I was supposed to work tomorrow, but I made some deals. And
the cool thing about the Milton's thing too is it's completely fan organized.
John Featherston started that.
Organized it all by himself, and I mean, if that's not a selling point to sponsors, that we have fans literally holding events at these sponsors and just bringing business during this COVID shit is insane.
Even something as simple as that. I mean, I don't know how many people are actually going to show up or whatever, but even something as simple as that, just to get around people for whatever it is. If it's 25 people, 25 people, whatever it is, a bunch of people that you talk to all the time. It's just, especially now where, nothing's been open forever. I know restaurants and everything have just started to open up this week. But for the most part, we haven't really, even like the 5K, it's something as simple as that, where we got around. I was just around probably 10 people total, but just something, that was awesome, just to have an event after being literally locked down for, however long it was at the time, 2 months. And, having something to go to and get around some people that you're friendly with, friends for the most part, just people that you're communicating with all the time. It's just awesome.
So I just wanted to bring you on, see how it's going in the event world, because I know you're always on top of the events and all that shit. So it's thanks for coming on, Patrick.
All
right. And keep on.
Are you gonna knock me out or?
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna do the whole knockout thing, but keep on. Tell the Discord I say hi. I know they're big fans of me.
They are huge fans. They were missing you today.
Oh, I'm sure they were, but yeah. So just keep on going on, and
right.
I'll see you later.
I'll talk to you.
So next, I'm going to bring in John from Scranton, and we're going to see Hello, Mr. John.
Hey, bud.
What's
Thanks for
happening?
having me on the premiere episode.
Yes, the premiere
I'm a big
episode
fan already.
of Justin and the Minifans, the best knockoffs since the Scorpion King. You ever seen the Scorpion King movie? It's a terrible movie.
It's an awful movie. Actually, I love it. The
Dwayne the
Scorpion
Rock
King.
Johnson, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's like a spin-off of The Mummy, kind of.
Yep, it is. It's a spin-off of The Mummy 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's up, Justin? What do you
So
got
what's
for
happening?
me?
So how have you
Nothing.
been dealing with this week with the lack of original?
I think
or
these
the lack
updates
of
are
normal
fucking
shows?
awesome, man. Dude, someone said it on Twitter the other day. There's no better Kirk than just like stream of conscience.
Yeah,
Kirk. Was
no,
that you?
yeah, that was me. Yeah, no, I love I
Wow.
love Stream of Conscious Kirk.
Yeah, dude, it's good. I like to hear it. And I mean, we're getting the live, the email list. I mean, big success. Big success.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
love
great
it.
getting
I love it.
getting the emails and just I mean it I know the podcast itself isn't edited. It's not like it's not like you're not getting the real thing, but there's
Oh, yeah,
something
yeah,
about
yeah.
just Kirk by himself flicking on a microphone, talking for 10 minutes about whatever he gets to. It's just so entertaining. I just
it really is.
don't get how Barstool can look at this and go, wow, this 10-minute segment is so much more entertaining than I'd say 90% of other podcasts out there. It's way more entertaining than any sort of TV that's out there right now.
Listening to Kirk just has ruined all other podcasts for me, even Barstool. Like, I don't watch Barstool. There's nothing really. I mean, COVID did take a big effect in me, like, kind of dropping off from Barstool, because usually I would listen to Kirk in the morning during work and shit, and then run down when I came home. And any like people from Barstool, I like their videos, I would keep up with. But like once COVID hit, it's kind of just been all Kirk all day, So I don't know. It's changed podcasts for me for a while though.
Yeah, but it's I love the updates are incredible.
Yeah.
Updates are.
Yeah.
I hope the updates never stop. Like I was telling Patrick, I would love it if we got like a stream of conscious Kirk where he just talks random nonsense, not random nonsense, but whatever's on his mind for just 10 minutes, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, just whenever he wants to. It's kind of like it's kind of what makes like how people like Dave Portnoy's emergency press conferences where he just goes,
exactly.
Like, so this just happened. I'm talking about it for 5 minutes. I always used to find that shit so entertaining when he would go and he would just be like, Gronk's hurt. We're not going to win the Super Bowl. And you could just get a raw reaction. And I know, the podcast KMS show comes out every day, but I think it's just so entertaining to get a reaction that day.
Yeah.
So like the stuff with when he was talking about the meeting with Erica and stuff like that. He was just talking about it like.
Yeah.
He didn't really have time to digest it and bounce it off Mike and Steve. He was just.
You kind of got like it's kind of like you had a raw cut take of what's going on. So that's cool. I mean, I love this stuff. I mean, it's a great model. It's pretty cool. The first time I saw the message, it said like Kirk Minahan. I was like, did I just get an email from Kirk?
That's what I thought too. My asshole tightened up a little bit.
Mine did too. I was like, fuck, what did I fucking do
God.
now? He sent an email too. It's like a certified letter. Like,
yeah. I was gonna respond back like, here's my number if you ever want to.
Text me.
Yeah. No, but
So what else is up, Justin? What else you got going on?
This week's been kind of chill. I mean, in the whole sense of just there hasn't been. I know there's the Minifan show that Matt has been doing. I'll be doing more of those shows.
Yeah, how do you like what's going on so far with it? How about Kirk jumping on last night? That was awesome. Menner's cucked me out of that episode too. I was supposed to be on it.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk dropped a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool to see him just on like give kind of the YouTube channel some faith again. I was like, whoa, I thought he hated us over here. I was like, whoa, let's go. Hey,
yeah, I mean, he came on and he was just it's just kind of like an emergency press conference. Just kind of like by the way, he's like Will's internship is over, which was surprising.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Well, the whole Will thing, like I don't know. I haven't talked to him much. I talked to him a little bit. I guess he's handling it pretty good. But I heard you guys have been talking to him a little bit. So I mean, I love Will. I'll love Will to the last day I die. But so I mean, he's not. It's not like he's really getting fired. I think he really should just kind of have been moving on at this time. Anyways, it's been 8 fucking months. So
I know he's been like producing music and stuff too. So he'll be
he does fine for himself. He's a good kid though. A lot of people don't like Will, but I do.
For the future of the Mincel Intel show.
Well, I mean, a lot of people think this is like us kicking Will off. Obviously, we wouldn't do that. If Kirk doesn't want Will on the channel, I don't know what we're supposed to do. We would like to have Will on the show if we're allowed to. Will knows that more than anybody. We have to follow Kirk's rules. So, shit. I mean, after last night, I don't even know if BA is going to be on the fucking show.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't know if
it.
you want to talk about that. What happened with BA?
Well, I mean, it was his
Yesterday
birthday.
was
I think
his
he just got
birthday.
drunk.
All I saw was in case anyone's wondering, it's my birthday. And then this morning I wake up because I was out last night.
No, I think he had some fun. BA talks. He talks a lot when he's drunk, and he says some stuff that he probably, he stands behind, but he's some, he just wouldn't say it out in the public usually, and usually it rattles people's fucking brains a little bit. But apparently a bunch of people were mad at him. I guess I don't know. I missed it. I guess he did like a Periscope where he was twerking and everything. Jesus.
Well, I saw he was talking like if Kirk ever leaves Barstool, he's just going to be talking into a tin can and no one's.
I mean, I know for a fact BA's not a big fan of going subscription just because like he likes the content that's produced because of Barstool. I mean, maybe he was defending that. I am a big fan of Kirk being at Barstool. Am I a big fan of him going subscription though? Yes. I want him to go subscription.
Well, I am convinced. It's like when Donald Trump won the presidency. It's like, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's not going to make it through 4 years." I thought, yeah, but you said he wasn't
Kirk will
win the
make no.
presidency.
Kirk could have a fucking.
And then you said, before that, you said he wasn't going to win the Republican nomination. Then you said he wasn't going to make it like halfway through the primaries. The man is just right.
Yeah, he's out.
He doesn't
that's your name on
like
Twitter.
him or hate him. The guy's right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Kirk, it's just, I feel like if he wanted to go subscription, if he wanted to broadcast, on some shitty AM radio station out of his garage that only reaches 5 miles radius,
I would listen, man, and I'm all the way down here. You know what I mean? Like I would find a way to listen.
People would legitimately move around him just to hear it. Whatever he does, the guy's going to be successful. I mean, it's hard to name thing. I can't think of one thing he failed at or one thing that he put his mind to and ended up being a dud.
Yeah. I think, I mean, my opinion means absolutely nothing, but I would be happy to see him go subscription because I'd love to see him pull it off. You know what I mean? I'm a fan, and I mean, I'm taking the side of subscription because I want to see him pull it off. Like, I want to see that happen. I want him to see fuck you to everybody. I want to see him pull it off,
Yeah,
just because that's the best fucking Kirk in the world.
Everyone said we couldn't, but here we are. I think it would be highly successful.
Like people saying Justin will never host Mike and the Minifans, and fuck those
look
people,
at
us now. Look at us now,
Justin
buddy.
and the Minifans. But
yeah, buddy.
I know there were some other things you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of people mad about these chicks in Discord, huh? Obviously, you weren't in there though.
I'm not in Discord
girls.
anymore.
You're not in Discord anymore.
No,
Dude, I haven't been in there that much either, but like I'm never gonna leave Discord because I loved it. I love those people in there. I left
Discord when the time Tom was or Mike was calling that Tom Hartman guy.
Oh yeah,
trying to rally the guys in Discord, and then it was like, Justin, why are you asking us to do things? And
But yeah, no, apparently they pissed a lot of people off, and everyone wants my head for it.
Why were they talking shit about Kirk or?
No, I don't think they talk shit about Kirk. I don't honestly like people. I don't know what's going on with them, but like a lot of people are mad about them. I just think just stop letting them troll you, I guess. I don't know what to tell people. Like
so the
they're fucking with your brains apparently, but whatever. I don't think that's a huge important issue to worry about for anybody the 17 people that know what's going on there. But so nothing else really, Justin. I'm happy to see a nice haircut. I'm happy to get Kirk back. One more week. These updates are getting me through, buddy.
These updates are incredible.
Yeah.
And I will say, I went back and I listened to a lot of I know I don't know if it's still technically owned by Entercom, but his old Enough About Me episodes are very similar to Stream of Conscious. Especially the ones where he's by himself and he's just talking about, mental health and shit like that. They're good episodes to listen for. DEC, check out the Minifan YouTube page. They have a lot of those on there and the RSS feed. I think it would be better for DEC to go on his YouTube page to find them, but I think fuck Entercom, don't give them the listens or whatever. I don't know if Kirk gets anything from that, but so, buddy, I'm getting out of here. Get somebody else on. I think Phil's in here. Let's bring my man Phil on. Phil,
what's happening, dude?
What is up?
I don't know where I put my dad.
I saw you were upset today that there was another bracket controversy between
Oh,
you
I mean,
and
I wasn't really upset. I don't really want to be
Will.
on.
I saw there was something.
He won, but he shouldn't have won. Oh, I just found my dad pen.
What was it like? It was like a sex appeal.
No,
like
it was
more sex appeal.
It was the most fuckable.
Oh.
And I think just like if you see the picture of intern Will's fingernails.
I've seen many a picture of intern.
Yeah, so if you ever see a picture of intern Will, zoom in on his fingernails, and I guarantee they'll be the most fucking disgusting thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Like it is legitimate. Like there's dirt, there's food, there's like random shit under. He just doesn't cut his fingernails. I don't understand.
I take very good care of my finger. I got a pedicure yesterday.
You got a pedicure?
I have a story about that in just a little bit. Yes, I got a pedicure. Yes.
Go ahead. Tell your story.
Well, the story was I was getting into my car and I was explaining to this girl I was with, who I just got the pedicure with, like about like this whole thing. Like Will was texting me, Nick was texting me. I'm trying to explain this show, and some guy walks by with his dog, and she's like, "Oh, he's listening to a podcast," and it was the Kirk Minahan show.
Oh wow!
And I actually have this guy on. His name's Joe.
Oh, is this the one you said? Oh, I think I saw your tweet about this. You
yes.
said, yeah, you tweeted this out. Yeah. Okay. So, he's on. He's going to be on that.
Oh, he's going to be on just for a quick minute, just confirm the story, and it was just
this story that means absolutely nothing at all.
It means absolutely nothing at all.
Wow.
But I know there's been some controversy about your KD. Is there anything you want to bring to light?
Yeah, look. All right, this is the moment, I guess, because I tried to bring it up on Mike and the Minifans, but it didn't really work out. My KD at one point, like about 2 months ago, was 0.97. BA mercilessly made fun of me, and he was mean to me about it. So I took that to heart, and I put in the work, and now my KD is a flat 1.0, right? But the controversy is now BA says that the win-loss ratio is more important than the KD, and my win-loss ratio used to be 1.2, and now it's down to like fucking 0.9 or something because I'm just trying to get kills. So that's it. That's the controversy. It's fucking wild.
So
I'm good at COD. That's bottom line.
So are you signed up for the email list? Have you been listening to the?
Yeah, I'm on the email list. Yeah, I get the updates.
What have you thought of the little YouTube shows we've been getting this week instead of the
Minifan Mash, the fucking.
No, I mean the actual like the KM.
Oh, the shows we're getting,
whether it be updates from Kirk or it's Mike and Steve and Kirk.
It's nice getting updates during the holiday, because it's always like, I feel like when we just have like a blank period of time, like an actual like holiday where he's on vacation or a mental health break for whatever reason, it's just like everything goes to shit, right? Like everyone's freaking out. There's all this infighting all the time. I feel like now like it's fine. I think everyone's still getting enough of like the crack cocaine that's the Kirk Minahan show.
And I think Kirk, I don't want to say I think he's a good person in his heart, and he realizes that like this is crack cocaine to some people. Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna go on vacation, but I'm gonna give like we're gonna do a couple, because he doesn't have to do any of this. He doesn't have to do any of this email thing. He doesn't have to do these 10-minute updates, and it's just I don't know. It's just incredible.
I thought that was the point. I thought he was just gonna do 2 weeks nothing. He's just gonna go radio silent just to make
that's what I was under the impression too. But
he's still going.
This past week has been, I want to say I don't want to say it's one of my favorite weeks, because it's not. But I can't get enough of Stream of Conscious Kirk, where he's just talking, out of like he's just talking. He just sits down. He just goes, "This is what I want to talk about." He's talking about his coffee that he's drinking, or his chalky milk, or whatever he wants to talk about.
It's very soothing. It's very soothing, especially just getting to hear Kirk. When you're deprived of it and then you get it again, that's when you're like, for me, it's the voice. I love Kirk's voice. That's probably my number one. That's like the number one reason why I stuck with listening to the show. I think his voice is soothing. It's so soothing.
It's very, and also I don't know, like I like to listen to it while I'm doing yard work and shit like that. But so I just had a question for you. So do we have beef?
No, I don't think we have beef. I mean, we had like, I didn't like you for like 3 days, and then I was like, all right, whatever, I don't care anymore.
I'll just let it be known I've never not liked anyone.
You unfollowed me on Twitter, so I was like, what the fuck? So
I unfollow everyone on Twitter.
I know you did, but I was like, all right, well, it added to the fake beef that was there. So we had fake beef. We'll say that. Like there was beef, but we didn't really have beef.
And I will agree. I had a tweet I think it was a week ago, and I believe it was Blind Prison Mike DM'd me, and a couple people replied to it where I said, I will be creating a list of everyone who still follows Zonker.
No, we were mercilessly making fun of you for that, by the way.
Yes, I'm sure the Discord had its way with me, and I know Joe Hennessy was ripping me, and people were saying they were just going to still follow him to spite me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I did realize that was wrong. Like, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit that a
You
public
corrected
list
it. You corrected
calling
it.
calling out people would not be the ideal way to handle things. We don't want to stoop down to his level. I know. This Zonker guy, I mean, he's really gone crazy over.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane. I don't know what he's doing anymore. I did unfollow him. I don't see he's protected now, I think, right?
Yeah, he
So
blocked me, and on my other account, he's protected. So
he still follows me though. And he still says his bio still says Phil fan. I don't clear that up. There's no one gets any misconceptions. I did not endorse that.
Yes, and
he can be a fan. He can be a fan of me. I mean, just like anybody else. But I'm not. I'm not like Kirk. I don't communicate with the fans.
I know he's contacting Minifans employers and shit like that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah,
not cool. Just not
people.
Cool, so.
One thing people are accusing, like they're accusing Blind Mike Sneakers of doing that to BPM. I think BPM thought that for some reason. I just think he doesn't like Blind Mike Sneakers. But Sneakers is not. He's not like a bad guy. Like, he wouldn't dox blind person Mike and give him up to like someone who would actually try to get him fired. That's just fucked up. Like,
we say that, but I did offer Blind Mike Sneakers a platform tonight and last week.
Yeah, but he's not gonna come on the show. If he's never come on the show, he's not gonna come on the show. He probably doesn't want to talk about it.
I believe
he's cleared himself
because he used to message Mike all the time. He would say, why haven't you had me on your show yet? And so I messaged him. I reached out to him. I said,
it's just he's a pussy. He's trolling. That doesn't mean that he wants to dox people. Like, I don't.
Where is it? He said, sorry, man, as much as I would love to explain my false accusations of me, I'm not going in front of these people. They're nuts. So
yeah, I think he's pissed off. I think he's pissed because everyone's throwing him under the bus for this, and it's like there's no evidence. Nobody's proven anything. And you can ask anybody who like communicates with Sneakers pretty often in Discord, right? Because Sneakers is constantly in Discord. He's always going. But if you ask anybody, they'll tell you that Sneakers is not like he's not a bad guy. Like, he's not gonna fucking.
That's what the school bully's mom always says. He says, "Not my Timmy."
I guess I'm his mom, but I don't know.
I think my Timmy would never do this.
I think he's just a dick, and it makes me laugh. But I don't think he's gonna do. I don't think he would go to that level.
Do you think he? Do you think he likes the show? Do you think he's
an
actual Minifan, or do you think he's just a troll?
No, I think he's one of the Minifans that listens to the show just to hate on it, because that's definitely a subset that exists of Minifans. You don't see like a lot of them like go to Sneakers extent where he's just all of a sudden like on the stage, like he's like the master troll. Kirk is kind of elevated. He's like the douchebag. You know, everyone hates Sneakers, I guess, for whatever. But there's a bunch of other people. You see them on Twitter, like on replying to fucking the official KMS Twitter account. They'll be talking shit. They'll be coming up with contrarian opinions or whatever people don't like. But everyone goes after Sneakers specifically because he said one thing with Dummy that one time. That was very vague, but the details aren't coming to my brain right now.
Yeah, he's something else. So we'll just leave it at that. Anything else you want to bring up this week about?
No, people are bringing up the roster girls again. They're bringing Zonker on their podcast on Friday, I think, which is a thing.
They shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's John's like. Why are they all? John said something about like why are everyone pissed at them? That's why people are pissed at them. This is why
they shouldn't do that.
Why are you doing that? Yeah, that's stupid. They're not affiliated with KMS at all. There's literally no affiliation.
I'm aware.
They can do whatever they want. But then they're like they're literally bitching. They're like, oh, why do you hate me, or why do you hate us? And I'm like, I don't like your podcast, and you're bringing Zonker.
Aren't they kind of like a call her daddy type of thing? I listen to it. They're like
it's a
call
sex
her daddy
podcast.
type of
I know
thing.
you unfollowed me, but you still follow them. That was the beef, Justin. That was what it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what is Zonker?
What is Zonker?
Bring to that podcast is
nothing. What is all that's going to happen is Zonker's going to go on and he's going to do the exact same thing that he's been doing. It's just going to give another platform, right? I think he's just going to attack Kirk, attack the Minifans again. It's going to just reignite this flame that has been going for the past couple of weeks.
Oh, I did not know that. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Anything else you want to get off your chest, Phil?
No, I think that's it.
Okie dokie.
Everything's off my chest. Yeah.
I'll see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Next, we are going to bring in Latino Kirk. Latino Kirk, wake up. He's sleeping. There he is.
Man, that was so boring. I fell asleep. Sorry, man.
That was so boring. Did it make you almost want to, I don't know,
kill myself? Yes.
Kill yourself, or I don't know, add some excitement to the world by just tweeting out something completely fake?
How people cannot get the sarcasm of the fucking cut board with a drawing? The same thing I did 2 weeks ago with Mike. How can they not see that? And I will explain why. People just read the tweet; they didn't see the picture, probably, right? Anyway,
I saw the picture and I just thought, oh, this is just a drawing of Erica and
Erica
Latino
is
Kirk
not
saying,
fucking going. It's creepy Erica that's going. No, Mrs. Latino Kirk spent the whole afternoon making that. It looks awesome. Creepy Erica is going. If there's any misunderstanding, don't have it anymore.
Did you reply to all these people that are saying, "Oh my goodness, Erica, I've gained so much respect for you for going," and they're like, "Oh."
I just liked some people came to my defense and say, "Hey, by the way, if you think she's really going, please like look at the drawing. She's not going." So at least thank you for all the retweets like defending me and looking at seeing the sarcasm on that.
I'm gonna say I did not see the sarcasm at first. I thought you were legitimately saying Erica is going to be there, and I was 95% sure that you had.
It was the same playbook as Mike 2 weeks ago, so I thought people would get it. If it didn't go through, I'm sorry.
So
It is what it is.
I don't know if it just wanted to clear that up tonight on Justin and the Minifans. If there was anything you wanted to.
Yeah, and listen, congratulations on the idea of doing it. It takes balls to do it.
To do what?
The show today.
This was Mike's idea.
Well, but you went through it. You could have said no, right?
I'm not saying no to Mike. I don't say no.
Good boy. I know you were like blowing Kirk's balls with John. Like you're learning, That's one.
I was blowing Kirk's balls.
Yeah, like basically a blowjob, just like. But you're learning. This way, you're not gonna get fired. So kudos to you for learning the corporate world.
Do you have Do you think other people weren't blowing Kirk enough?
Maybe not. I don't know. Who knows?
Now,
I know you did your job on camera. So
now, on a scale of 1 to 100, how would you say this certain someone was reaching their potential? Because I'm sure you've seen their potential of blowing before. I mean, let's be honest. You've shared hotel rooms with this person. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 100, do you think how much of their potential were they blowing Kirk?
In what way? Like kissing his ass?
If like 100 is maximum, like let's just say like, remember like that wrestling fight you guys had?
Yep.
If that's like 100, how far did he go with Kirk?
It's that like we'll always have good intentions, and sometimes that might bite him back on the ass. For example, Madawaska, right? He was talking to Kirk, and Kirk clearly didn't want to talk to him when they were shooting the videos, right, on the frozen lake. Mm-hmm. So maybe on Will's mind, he was doing the right thing, and on Kirk's mind, it's like, what the hell is he doing? So I think there's a disconnect there. I think, Will is a great guy. I have nothing bad to say about him. I think he was doing good with the promos. Maybe.
Do you still plan on going on future vacations with Will?
If he wants to go, it's fine. I would go. Like we talked about going to the four corners of the country. If he's still up to, why not?
You want to go to Chaz up in Seattle?
Yeah, I would go north of it. I want nothing to do with Seattle. I hate that city.
So I just wanted to, get your other than the Erica tweet, how have you been dealing with this week with the whole email list and?
So we need to agree that the email list is great, right? If you haven't signed up, please do. I think, like you were saying before with Phil, like getting Kirk, just being Kirk, it's great. I love the off the cuff, 10-minute summary of his day or whatever. I wish he would do that more. Maybe transform that in a product. Maybe like a Periscope, 10 minutes a day or Instagram, help with the brand, I think it's a good idea. People are excited about it. So pretty excited. But one thing that we can all agree that whenever Kirk goes away, like the Miniverse just explodes, right? Too much drama going on, a lot of fights.
I think that's something we as a community just have to work on because there's going to be weeks where that the man deserves to take a week away and step away from the world.
Right.
I mean, it's as much as it's incredible that he's on vacation and he's still doing these updates, he's still doing these things. He shouldn't feel obligated to do that. And when people say like, "Oh, you're giving us a product every day that we consume," it's like, okay, but just find something else to do.
And obviously, I'm joking, right? He needs to take a vacation. But I'm just saying that whenever he goes away, things explode, right? Which shouldn't be the case.
Which I don't think I wouldn't put that on Kirk or
no,
the show.
Absolutely
I would put
not.
that on the fans just needing to
100%.
Find something to do other than destroy each other because we have real enemies out there. We have there's this whole David Ortiz thing that's been going on. There's this whole shit going on.
how does these 2 weeks change for you? What are you doing? Like, are you doing anything for the show, or are you completely off as well?
I started a new job this week, so I've been working like from 7 a.m. to like 3 p.m. But I'm still doing the YouTube stuff. We're doing a best of sort of thing, where we're all getting some segments together from like a month of the show so far in 2020, and that's pretty much just helping Mike. We were gonna record a drop the mic today, which the last drop the mic, I don't know if you've seen, is over 30,000 views. It's it's very popular. It's very popular right now.
What is he doing next? Talking about what?
We have an interview with a comedian coming up. It's going to be very exciting.
Great.
It's going to be very exciting.
Cool.
Have you heard of Jim Carrey?
Yep.
No, it's not Jim Carrey.
I wouldn't believe it would be him, but
Oh, I didn't know if you got the sarcasm. Jim Carrey will actually be showing up at Milton's tomorrow. By the
oh,
way.
really? Oh,
Yes,
cool.
he will. Very exciting.
As the mask or something?
I don't know. I mean, it's
Ace
just like
Ventura? Or?
breaking news. Jim Carrey is showing up at Milton's tomorrow. But so will you be at Milton's tomorrow?
Yeah, I will. Are you gonna be there?
I will. Of course, I'll be there.
Awesome.
I'll be there bright and early, ready to.
Yeah. So John Featherstone is gonna be around 11. I'm planning to be there around 11 to help him, and we're gonna start the rally at 11:30.
It's gonna be a fun event.
Oh yeah. And how about barbecue before you kick me out? So
It's probably
I know
looking
we have a
sometime in
beef.
August.
Like we're talking about. You were talking with Phil about having a beef. We do have a beef that I would like to settle.
Yeah, you like charcoal grill. I like propane.
Charcoal grill versus gas.
This is not the platform to have this
No.
discussion on because
Right.
it's just.
Are we ever gonna get on an agreement or not?
No, we're not. I mean, this is just not. There's just no point us fighting over this shit.
Uh,
So,
are-
anything
are-
else you want to say?
Are you willing to go on a one versus one, like on a face off?
Face off with. Are we still
Gas
talking
grill?
about different grills?
No, gas grill versus.
Okay, so that's the end of Latino Kirk. If he's just going to keep talking about how charcoal grilling is better than propane grilling, so I'm going to bring on Sheldon from North Dakota. I like to think of Sheldon as just kind of like the average diehard Minifan, so I just wanted to get his perspective. Sheldon, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, not much. I just quit cutting
can't
hay
hear
to
you.
be on here. So, oh, hold on.
Oh, there you
Nothing?
are.
I just quit cutting
Oh,
hay
I
to
can
come
hear you
in.
now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Nice. So, how's this? I know you say you listen to the show when it comes to when you're working and you're out there farming. Like, so what's this week been like? When you've been consuming more YouTube content? Have you found other things to listen to, or?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been really rough. I've actually gone back and listened to old episodes all week.
Have you listened to any of his Enough About Me things before? Because I recently just started getting into them when I
actually have
listened to-
never listened to those. I actually went back and listened to the one where him and Mike were yelling at OJ's lawyer, and that's always a good episode.
That was early on. That was like the first couple weeks.
Oh, I went way back.
So
The Colonnade days.
So you're a big fan of this email list?
Yeah, it's been working out really good. I like his updates. He sounds relaxed. It's been good.
Do you think Stream of Conscious Kirk is different than Show Kirk, in the sense of he doesn't have anyone to bounce ideas off of? I think it's in some ways it's better because it's just what he's thinking, and just there's no pausing, there's no breaking, there's no Mike's talking, there's no Steve talking. It's just Kirk. I think where he really shows like his genius, and where I think he shows that he will be successful wherever he goes or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, that's just him riffing. I mean, he does it great. He can do a good show with Mike and Steve, and he can do it great by himself because it's whatever came to the top of his head, he just said. And like those 12 to 15 minutes, I enjoyed him just as much as his 2-hour show. So, I mean, he could do whatever he wanted. He would succeed at it. So, he could work with those drips at EEI and make it work. So, he can do it anywhere.
Where are you on because I mean, obviously being from North Dakota, I don't know if you've mentioned this on the show before, but if you lived out in North Dakota for a while, you obviously didn't listen to Kirk on the radio. Did you find him through Barstool, or did you find him through a friend, or how did you listen to him?
Like I said, I believe I said on the show, the first time I heard him was on the Super Bowl on Barstool Radio.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I heard about him. And then I believe they were like one of the 2 times they promoted him after he signed. That's how I figured out he was coming to Barstool for a podcast, and then I've been with it since day one.
So you're more of a mincel in the terms of when you became a Kirk fan, because I'm less than a year old of being a Kirk fan, believe it or not. I barely knew who Kirk was at this point last year. So would you consider yourself like? So what are your thoughts on this whole sales team and the different shows and Dave saying he's in the red?
Well, I have a hard time believing he's in the red, to be honest with you. He said after the live shows that he wasn't in the red, and I mean, I would find it hard to believe if that show is actually losing money. For as loyal as his following is, Minifan, Mincel, I mean, either way, we support the sponsors and we do whatever we can to help the show. So, yeah, Ellie Schmidt might make more money than him, but she doesn't get paid shit, and she isn't entertaining. So you can't tell me that she has
yourself a schnithead or a cunt. I think she called her. I think it was her that said her viewers are like a new name for her viewers are cunts. It stands for "See You Next Tuesdays" or something, because she releases a podcast on Tuesdays. You would not consider yourself?
I honestly, the only time I've ever listened to her is clips on the show. So, and I actually don't even consume any Barstool content. Like I used to listen to PMT and KFC radio, and I don't remember the last time I actually did that, because fucking Kirk has got me so wrapped up in his show, and then I follow the YouTube shows that I just don't have time for anything else.
Nice. So someone wants me to ask you about these trucks that are for sale. Do you have trucks for sale?
Yeah, they're not for sale. I just put them out there to troll everybody.
Oh, everyone's big on. I believe it might have been, but everyone's trolling everyone nowadays. It's just Kirk goes away, and
I'm
the
not
trolls
even
come out to play.
I got to be the most naive fucking troll in the world then, if people think I'm trolling.
You're just selling trucks? You're just selling fake trucks?
Yeah, I'm not selling them. I own them.
Oh, okay. Well, anything else you want to talk about, Sheldon, before we...
It was a rough week without him. Next week, hopefully it goes faster, man. I can't wait until he comes back, and I hope Kirk's having a good vacation. So,
that's good.
Thanks,
good
Justin.
Point. You're gonna. I'll see you. So I got two more guests, kind of personal. So like I said before, when I was talking to Phil, or was it John? I was talking about how I was in Providence yesterday, and I was trying to explain to my friend about the whole Kirk Minahan universe. I was trying to explain who he is, how he's related to Barstool, how this whole thing's going on. And as I was in my car, a guy walks by walking his dog, and he's listening to a podcast. And my friend goes, oh, look, he's listening to a podcast too. And I was like, holy shit, this is Kirk Minahan. So I stupidly jumped out of my car and was like, I love Kirk Minahan. I'm intern Justin. And he just looked back at me and was like, wow, this kid, I have no fucking clue what this kid's talking about. So I brought him in. He's Joe in Rhode Island. What's happening, Joe?
What's up, Justin? I knew what you were talking about. I knew who you were. I was just like, Kirk. So, like, I don't watch a ton of the YouTube shit.
Yep.
So all I know about you is that, like, you're the one that Kirk thinks is way too old, right, to be an intern?
No, that was Will.
Okay, that's Will. All right. So I was wrong about that. But, like, I knew who intern Justin was. Like, I was familiar with your name and everything.
And so,
but you guys get dumped on so much. I just wasn't, like, awestruck or anything.
It was just so weird to be, because I was literally trying to explain it, and then I was trying to be like, oh yeah, no, we have a really, like, Kirk has a really big following and very loyal following, and then you just walk by and you're just listening out in the open, no headphones on, listening to I don't know what episode it was, but I just heard Kirk's voice.
It was the little 10-minute update he did that day.
That's yeah. So you just listen to. You just go walk around Providence, walking your dog. Has anyone stopped you before? Has anyone ever?
No, nobody stopped me
says
before.
He gets stopped all the time.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Kirk gets stopped a lot. I mean, he's fucking Kirk Minahan. But no one stopped me before. I've always kind of wondered, like, even when I was passing you guys in the car, I saw that your windows were down, and I was like, that'd be funny. Like, I wonder if they can hear that I'm listening to Kirk right now. And I saw that it was a guy and a girl in the
Mhm.
car, you and your friend. And so I was like, I wonder if like how many guys there are out there that are almost embarrassed or worried about their girlfriends or whatever hearing
Mhm.
them listen to Kirk because he can like
It's
he has
very
no
hard to
filter at
explain.
all.
It's
Yeah,
very hard to explain.
yeah.
Especially
And
like to
so
explain like the passion you have for it. It's almost like
right,
well, this is kind of like my religion in a sense of how much time I spend, and it's like
right,
you get an email update, and it's like, oh, I gotta listen to it now, and
right,
it's
exactly. And you feel like a burden explaining it to somebody because it's like,
yes,
no, like you have to go back and like, no, you don't get it. He was canceled. He was like
yes,
he had
and
he
it's all
did
happening over again, and we can't let it
right,
happen this
exactly.
time, and it's just you're
Yeah,
just like, why are you getting so upset, and you're so, but I think it's the cool thing is I didn't feel. It's like if you hear someone listening to Kirk, it's almost like you can just go up to them and just talk to them and be like, "Hey,
right.
the Kirk Minahan show," and next thing you know, you guys have something in common, and you can talk about something. And I know I saw you tweeted out or you DM'd me. Like I always thought someone would stop me, and
Yeah.
we talk about Kirk for a couple seconds, which is it's funny. Like I when I went to go see the new Star Wars movie, which was absolute trash, someone stopped me and was like, Kirk, and I was like, gotta love Kirk. And it's just funny just how everyone just if you it's almost like it's a part of your personality that you like the Kirk
Right.
Minahan show.
Yeah, and there's some varying degrees to like Minifandom,
Yes.
but for like compared to other fans of other
Mm-hmm.
podcasts, we're like way up at the top. Like there's a
Yes.
very small discrepancy between like the super Minifans and then the more casual ones where they're still like insane and loyal.
And I just think I just think it was funny that you were just walking down the street
Yeah.
and just listening to Kirk out in the open because I don't know if you would have gotten stopped by someone because I know Kirk sometimes goes on these rants where I don't know if you are listening to him and he goes on a rant calling K Marco cunt Marco and all
Right.
this other shit.
That's
And,
where I'll like if I feel like he's about to explode, I'll kind of turn down the
turn it
volume a
down
little
and just
bit if
kind of
I'm
like put it
walking
up to your
around
ear.
people. Yeah, exactly. Or like if I was walking into Whole Foods, so I like make sure that the volume's down in case I hit play in my pocket by accident, just because like Whole Foods especially, you wouldn't want Kirk Minahan to just come screaming out of your pocket.
So you don't have like a parody account or anything like that. You're not really like you said. You don't
No.
really follow the YouTube, but you're signed up for the mailing list, obviously. If you were listening
Yeah,
to
I
the
am.
10-minute update.
Yeah, I'm not as much into like the parody stuff and the like the Minifan universe, the whatever you called it, the Miniverse, because like I started listening to Dino and Jerry when I was in middle school,
Mhm.
and so then like the Kirk that I was introduced to was with those guys,
Mhm.
and like I followed a little bit with the Minifan stuff, but I was a huge KNC fan.
Mhm.
I still miss that show, and I like Kirk's show now quite a bit too.
Mhm.
But so like some of the like the Mincel side of things and what he's not what he's doing now because I listen to the show, but like what you guys do on YouTube is stuff that I just don't really like spend a whole lot of time on.
So I think
Yeah.
a good question to ask you would be: so obviously, when they talk about would you follow Kirk anywhere he goes?
Yeah, like I would go subscription just because, like if I was newer to Kirk, I might not, but I just love listening to him so much. And like I missed him like crazy when he was off the air and everything for a few months and when all the radio.com shit was going on. That I like, yeah, I'd probably pay for it.
Because I think you represent actually a majority of the listeners. Because if you look at the numbers of the people who actually listen to the show, and then you look at the people who are on the YouTube and interact on Twitter, it's a very small percentage of people who are actually. It's a decent chunk, but I think so. When people say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
you guys are in a bubble.
I think yeah. So I think when people say like, "Oh, if you're in some sort of echo chamber on Twitter and you keep telling everyone that this subscription service or whatever, when people say, "Oh, we'll follow Kirk anywhere he goes," and then the counter argument to that is, well, that's not the majority of your base. But then you look at like the majority, who's someone
Right.
like you who's not really into the parody stuff, but is still very loyal, still very into the whole just because you're not into the KMS world doesn't mean you're not into Kirk Minahan and the Kirk Minahan show.
Right. Yeah. And I would say like the majority of people like the KMS world and the YouTube shows and all that stuff, like one, a lot of them don't last for that long or nearly as long as
Stonks and
like
stuff.
obviously.
You should check that out. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard of Stonks and stuff, but it's
No.
you need some stock tips from 3 months ago.
All right. Are they better than Portnoy's?
Everything's better than Portnoy's at this point. It was incredible. They FCC or the SEC or whatever forced him off the air. That's how great it was. He was giving such inside tips.
I think I remember hearing about that on Kirk's show. But yeah, like I don't think you get involved. Like nobody's going to listen to one of the YouTube shows without already having listened to Kirk. But there are people like me, like you were saying, that listen to Kirk, then are like, yeah, the YouTube shows are kind of an afterthought or like a non-starter. So I think you're right in that there are probably more people. There's like a silent majority that would follow Kirk wherever he goes, even if they're not like
vocal
super involved
about,
on Twitter or anything like that.
Have you gone to any events or anything like that?
No, I haven't. So I play hockey. I just graduated college, but the two, so the Vigil and then what was the other one that he's done?
Madawaska.
Yeah, so both of those I had games, which sucked. And then I didn't get tickets
Wilbur.
in time for Saco. Yeah, or the Wilbur. Yeah.
But I think it was cool because just like looking at your profile and stuff like that, just seeing like, oh, I think this is like you said, the silent majority. So when people say like, oh, this isn't really what like, oh, if he's just focusing on the 1% he interacts with, well, it's actually 50% of his audience that feels that way, but only a certain percentage is so open and so has either the time and he puts in the effort to the parody, because it's kind of like a full-time gig listening and interacting and doing all this YouTube stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And like I would say that the people like me, like, we're more about like going back even before Kirk was with Barstool. It's about hating the Red Sox ownership. It's about hating the Globe. It's about hating people like Murchison or David Field or Mark Hannon or Joe Zarbano or whoever like that. And now it's turned into Zonker or like who at Barstool has now become an enemy the same way like Dale Arnold kind of became an enemy because he just got so sick of Kirk that he's like, you know, you're not worth me getting upset about, you know, or our station getting put off the air entirely. So just shut up, you know, and then Kirk fights back against that. And that's the stuff that I like.
And so how are you taking this week of without Kirk? Getting the updates and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm really glad that he's doing the updates because I do go in and out on the show sometimes if there's stuff that I'm not super interested in. Plus, they're really long sometimes, so some of them I get caught behind on those. But obviously, this week I think on his show he said that he was getting a lot of messages and tweets that the week he did the Gina show was the best week so far with the Barstool Kirk Minahan show, which I agreed with. I listened to, I listened to most of the episodes, but yeah, so that week brought me back in a little bit after I was in a lull. And then obviously I've listened to everything up until this point. So, and then, so like, I'm really glad that he's doing the little updates, especially with the other stuff that's going on in the world. Like the Bubba Wallace thing is obviously right up his alley with, you know, his history with the Adam Jones stuff and getting in trouble for that. And I mean, that directly contributed to him getting taken off the air by WEI. So I was interested to hear not only what he thought about it originally, but kind of in the aftermath of finding out like what the FBI said about it and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm glad he's doing the updates and I miss him right now.
It's good. It's good to, like I said, it's good to hear from the silent majority, someone who's not,
Yeah.
who's not, blind Mike's left pube or something like that on Twitter.
Yeah.
But it's just, just kind of a normal guy. Like you said, you played hockey, just listen to the show and just like what he stands for, like who he goes against. And I just thought it was just good insight to and also I thought it was insane that someone was listening to the show. It was just perfect timing. So
Yeah, it was.
thanks for coming on, Joe.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to do it again.
Hey, I'll see you, man. So I have one more guest. This guest is a friend of mine. He actually got me into Kirk Minahan. He was a Kirk fan way before I was. When I was a Toucher and Rich guy, we'd be working together, and I'd want to put on the Sports Up. He'd want to put on, Kirk and Callahan, and I was a big fan of Toucher and Rich, and I really never got I liked them because they would talk Patriots, and they had the Patriots, and I didn't give two fucks about the Red Sox. But so I want to bring on my good friend AJB. You there, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Oh, can't hear you.
How are you? Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. You're lagging a little.
How's it going?
Yep. Living the dream. Living the dream. So, like I said,
are you bored?
Am I bored?
Yeah, for the last 55 minutes, have you been bored?
No. Why?
Okay.
Have you been bored?
Because I was falling asleep, man. I was falling asleep.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I'm trying. But I just wanted to,
What's
because I
up?
know. What'd you say?
What's up?
So I just wanted to get your perspective, like I said, because I wanted to kind of finish the show off with some average fans who aren't really into the whole parody thing, but who are still, diehard Kirk fans. And I know you've been a fan of Kirk since he was on WEI. I remember you making a big stink when he got kicked off. I remember you making some posts on Facebook about how, like, the Jimmy Fund is the best day of the year, even though fuck WEI and all this other stuff are the things they do. So I just wanted to get your perspective on just this whole year in review, how it's been different than WEI and how.
So the show's been an absolute blast to watch and listen to and go along for the ride. There's no doubt there's entertainment every day.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm not into the parody stuff as much as I don't know if that's the average fan. Is the average fan the parody listener?
I think, like I said, I think the silent majority is more like you and Joe, who I just had on, and it's just.
Even Joe, Joe's talking a lot about hating this and hating that. Isn't it just more of a hypocrisy thing? I don't want to go hating stuff, but I hate the idea of people saying something and having no proof.
I think those become like symbols for that. So like Murchison becomes a symbol of that. The Boston Globe is a symbol of hypocrisy. So people really don't have a show to rally around. So they kind of find the KMS show. And I do think that the majority of the audience isn't someone who just listens just to listen. I think they do listen and they think about the things Kirk's saying and they agree with him for the most part. And they like to question certain things. And I feel like,
do you think that the average Kirk listener is afraid to be open that they listen to the show?
No.
Do you think that Joe in Rhode Island turning it down should be, oh, that's weird that he's listening to his podcast out loud so a bunch of people can hear it?
Well,
or that he's turning it down?
I think it's just kind of a courtesy thing. If you're walking into a grocery store, you're going to turn off your podcast you're listening to.
Yeah, but did you feel like a celebrity when you got to talk to him?
No, I felt like I didn't know what I felt like because I was trying to explain to my friend. I was like, hey, so there's this whole thing going on and he's off for 2 weeks. But
did she get it after she met the fan? Like, that's the interesting
she
part.
Has no idea. She was like, oh, I'm hanging out with the podcast guy. And I'm like, not really, but kind of.
Yeah, so did you get some street cred for that or what?
Yeah, I mean, it was
Joe
fun.
a plant? Did you call Joe and ask him to walk by?
I have no idea who Joe is. But I know you haven't been to any events, but you plan on going to the soccer.
Yeah, well, it's funny because, when you talk about the silent majority, and that would be probably a good spin-off podcast name for you. But, if you were talking about the silent majority, I don't see it as, I can't get out much. I got a working job, and there's a lot of ideas that I can't stand in the workplace, and Kirk shares them, and there's the stuff they talk about on the show relates to that. But ultimately, I think that the show is worth listening to every day because you can relate and it makes you feel good about how you feel about these things too.
Nice, because I just wanted to get I know this hasn't been the most exciting episode, and
I'm just interested that nobody asked you about how it went with after that.
With Joe.
Yeah, with Joe, how the whole thing went. I think that's more interesting to talk about.
Oh, just
how your Kirk experience has like related to your life.
My Kirk, it really hasn't affected my life too much. Like I said, like I still, work. I still try to get, a paycheck and do all this other stuff. But it's, but yeah, no, it was an interesting conversation that I had with Joe.
Nice.
So.
Are you gonna plan on going any of these trips with Latino Kirk and Will? Like, have you been inspired?
I was thinking about going to Chaz with Ned Snark. Me and him were just gonna go do some anarchy, kind of meet the warlord that's been going on over there. We might, kind of set up our own little kingdom, autonomous Minifan kingdom somewhere. We just got to figure it out. Maybe I think Madawaska would be a great place too. You got to come to Madawaska next year.
I wish I had to work, but it's it's one of those things that's like where I'm excited to go up to see them in Saco. Like I got the day off, I can come up. It'll be a fun time. I think that's cool about doing it in different times of the year where people can plan and take the time, and they do a good job giving you the lead time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anything else you want to bring up? I know it's just kind of quick little.
No, it's nothing. You got anything you want to bring up?
No, I think this was it was an interesting first episode of Justin and the Minifans here on.
Do you want to do it again?
If Mike asked me to, yeah, sure. I do a show. I was thinking about a show called Justin.
You're gonna need like a good spin-off song. You have to have it in.
I did.
I didn't hear the beginning.
I did reach out to Stinman. I don't know if you know who that is, but he said he was busy today. He was going to be my sidekick, but unfortunately he was busy today.
But if you got your own like fill-in show, you need people to listen to it. You need a good song going in.
Yeah, no. So that's it. Well, there's anything else you want to bring up? I think I'm about to end the show.
You know what?
What?
I got my first Father's Day. Yeah, and they were asking me what I should get for a present, and I ended up getting the Smith's Country cheese. Mm-hmm. So my son got me Smith's Country cheese for my first Father's Day. So very good gift, very thoughtful. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was exciting to get. So always contributing, liking, and being a part of the show.
That's awesome. Okay.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
I'll see you, man.
All right.
So that was the first episode of Justin and the Minifans. It was something. So let's get out of here and kill this.
Another tough day at work today. Stephen Kirk, think I suck. Throw back a few wobbly pops, feeling down on my luck. And the interns ruin every show. But it's still where we want to go. It's
Intern Justin.
and the Minifans. 'Cause nobody had any better plans. You wanna be with DC and RA Minahan. The host can't see it.
Intern Justin.
The Minifans. And nobody's seen real MHB. This whole thing is a sham. You never see him pee. It's
Intern Justin.
the Minifans.